There's something you've wondered late at night, a question that echoes in the quiet moments of your day. If he's moved on, why does it still feel like I'm haunting his thoughts? Why do you sense it, feel it, like a whisper across the soul, that he's still not over you, even if he's with someone else? Today, I am going to dive into that truth. The kind no one talks about. The real, unspoken reasons he can't forget you, even if his arms now wrap around someone new. This isn't about playing games. This is about unspoken truth. Because sometimes, it doesn't matter how much time has passed, how many months, how many years, or how many women have come and gone. He can't forget you. Let's get into the video. Number 1. You reached a place in him no one else did. You see, men often love with a type of armor on. They're taught to protect themselves, to be strong, unshakable. But there's always that one woman who didn't just touch his heart, she reached a place in him that even he didn't know existed. You became his safe place, the calm in his chaos. It's easy to believe he's over you when you see him laughing in someone else's Instagram story. But behind the curated moments, there's a reality many men live in silence. He didn't move on. He moved forward. There's a difference. He may have walked away. He may be holding someone else's hand. But deep down, there's a part of him still haunted by the woman who knew him. I mean really knew him. There's a difference between a woman he liked and the woman who changed him. He doesn't talk about you, but he compares. Not out loud, not cruelly, but quietly, internally. The way you smiled when he was struggling. The way you called him out when he was wrong. The way you loved him with both fire and grace. The woman in his life now may be enough, but deep down he knows, she's not you. And that quiet comparison? That's the ghost of your love, reminding him what he had, and what he lost, because you weren't just someone he dated. You were someone who saw the sides of him he didn't show the world. Most times the most unforgettable women show up at the wrong time. Maybe he wasn't ready. Maybe he didn't know how to love you then. But that doesn't mean he didn't want to. It means he didn't have the tools, the maturity, or the self-awareness to love you the way you deserve. And now, as he sits beside someone new, a part of him wonders, what if I had been ready? That question lives rent-free in his heart. Because regret isn't always about what happened. Sometimes, it's about what didn't. And when a man realizes this, no amount of new beginnings can erase the fingerprints you left on his soul. You didn't just listen to his words. You heard the silence between them. And he never had to be someone else with you. People forget words. They forget faces. But they never forget how you made them feel. And that's why you still live in his thoughts. It wasn't what you said. It wasn't even what you did. It was the way your presence made him feel. Safe, inspired, challenged, understood. It's rare. Too rare. And the truth is, the woman he's with now might be wonderful, but she doesn't ignite that same fire in him. Because the bond you had wasn't ordinary. It was alchemy. Something that can't be recreated, only remembered. Maybe you were there during a hard season, when his dreams were fragile, when he questioned himself, when the world felt too heavy to carry. You didn't fix him. You didn't try to rescue him. You just stood beside him, unshaken, unafraid of his shadows. And that kind of presence stays, because no matter how perfect someone else may seem now, if she's only seeing the man he presents to the world, and not the one who breaks at 2 a.m. when no one is watching, then she's not you. And he knows that, even if he can't say it out loud. He remembers the way you made him feel, seen, heard, loved, without trying. And that kind of connection, it's not something you can replace. It's not something you forget. If you like the video so far, please consider liking the video. By liking this video, you help make YouTube recommend my videos to more people. Let's get back into the video. Number 2. You showed him a mirror he wasn't ready for. You didn't just enter his life. You cracked it wide open. You showed him who he could be, not who he was pretending to be. Most people walk through relationships never really being seen. They play parts, smile for photos, say the right things, but then there was you. You saw him, his wounds, his potential, his chaos, and his calm. Chemistry isn't just about physical attraction. It's about the way your minds dance. The inside jokes, the unfinished sentences, the shared looks across a room that said everything without a word. You had a rhythm, a flow, a language all your own, and no matter how perfect someone else looks on paper, if the chemistry isn't there, it leaves a void. A man might try to replicate it, but he'll always feel the difference, because soul connections don't fade. They echo. You touched something in him that terrified him. Possibility. That possibility of being deeply loved, deeply challenged, and truly known. And here's the truth. He wasn't ready. So he ran, not because you were too much, but because you were too true. And now, even as he stands beside someone else, he compares her to the woman who saw his soul. He misses the reflection you gave him. Not because he loved who he was with you, but because he almost loved the man he was becoming. You were the mirror, and he still looks for that reflection, but it's gone. You didn't just love the parts of him that were easy. You touched his darkness, his insecurities, his fears. You saw the brokenness he tried to hide, and you loved him there. That kind of love doesn't just disappear. It becomes a quiet ache, a longing, because no matter how confident he looks now, no matter how together he seems, he remembers the one woman who loved him before he became that man. The woman who loved his becoming. Maybe you left before he was ready to lose you. There's a certain kind of heartbreak that lingers longer than others. Not the kind where you scream and fight and fall apart, but the kind that ends in silence, in misunderstandings, in timing that just didn't align. He may have thought you'd always be there, that he had more time, that you'd wait for him to figure things out, but you didn't, and that shattered something inside of him. Not because you were cruel, but because, for the first time, he realized love doesn't wait for those who take it for granted. So now, he replays every moment, every missed chance, every time he should have called, but didn't, every time you cried and he turned away. He thinks about what would have happened if he just chose you sooner, if he wasn't so afraid, if he didn't need to lose you to realize he loved you. But now you're gone, and even if someone else is holding his hand, it's your face he sees when he closes his eyes. That's the cost of being loved deeply and losing it by choice. It leaves a mark that no one else can erase. He might never say it out loud, not to the woman he's with, maybe to his friends, but deep down, he remembers you. Not because you tried to be unforgettable, but because you were real. You loved him in a way that didn't need permission. You saw him fully and loved him anyway. And no matter how far he goes, how many people he dates, or how many years pass, there's a quiet truth buried deep in his chest. You were the one. Not because you stayed, but because when you left, everything changed. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Like and subscribe. I will see you in the next video.